Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear friends, this is Farooq Mirza, your host from Fourth Pillar TV USA, Washington Global Forum from Washington DC. We welcome our guest, especially Ritesh Tandon. He is a candidate from California, Silicon Valley. We welcome Mr. Rashid. Thank you very much for coming to the show. And we also welcome uh, Matloob Khan, and he is a part of Pakistan Policy Institute. And we also welcome Dr. Golom Mujtaba. He is a chairman Pakistan Policy Institute. He is a foreign policy expert, a community activist, a writer, and blogger. Thank you very much, all of you. Today we will talk on a very important issue in United States of America. Uh, some politicians, they are promoting bias, hate based on color, based on faith and ethnicity. And this is very important that our guest, his focal point based on that, what I said. We will ask him very straight question. Mr. Ritesh, first of all, please introduce to our audience and very briefly introduce what you're going to do in your campaign. And right now, you are one of the favorite candidate for the South Asian community, especially Pakistani American community. They like you, and especially when you talk about future of our kids in California and Silicon Valley. So please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, first of all, namaskar, assalamu alaikum, and hello everyone. My name is, and thank you so much, Dr. Gulam, for giving me the, and thank you, Farooq ji, for giving me the introduction. So, my name is Ritesh Tandon. I'm running for United States Congress from District 17, which includes San Jose, Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, Cupertino, Fremont, Newark, Alviso. The reason why I'm in the election, because today, when we look into our Asian community, we are very much targeted with the hate crimes, what is happening today. We are targeted with the divisive policy of my opponent who want to suppress us. We are targeted with the job security right here in the Bay Area. Still, it takes 15 years for our people to get a green card. Nobody does anything. Also, when we see the Silicon Valley, it is supporting only on one side, one community is not taking care of South Asian people. So, Farooq Saab, I want to tell you that the reason why I'm in the election, I want to become the voice of our community, our people, and Americans also right here who are also suffering because of the divisive policy what my opponent had.
Dr. Saab, you are also a co-host. I will request you to please ask question and take from there because you are also a foreign policy expert, and I want you to ask direct questions to Mr. Ritesh Tandon. His schedule is very busy and he is campaigning right now. We will not take too much time. So, Dr. Saab, go ahead and ask whatever you want to ask.
First of all, thank you very much, Farooq Mirza Saab, for bringing us in to the program. I'm delighted that your program is viewed widely in the Pakistani community in the United States and globally. Mr. Ritesh Tandon is one of the important components of our Indian, Pakistani, and Bangladeshi community in the United States. He is very vital, and his victory is very important to all of us in these communities and for the United States in general. He is a candidate of the Republican Party. He believes in diversity. He believes in ethnic, racial, and color diversity and discourage any discrimination based on faith, ethnicity, or color. And that is a great omen for the United States of America. These are the foundations of the US policies. And he is towing a foundation of the US policy. And being American, Pakistani American, I welcome him in the second time in the elections. And I believe that he has a good chance of winning the elections. We will all out support him. I'm very unfortunate to say that his opponent, although he's part of Pakistani caucus in the Congress, he has done something that does not show the cohesion and unanimity amongst people and the civilizations. He's trying to create a divide in the civilizations, which is not accepted either by the Indian community or by the Pakistani community or by the Bangladeshi community. We have to work hard to build up a cohesion. We are not fighting at a battleground. That should be very clear to our people. Now, Mr. Ritesh Tendon has a long family background. His forefathers, his grandfather contested against the British Raj in India for the independence of India. That is the independence of Pakistan as well. And we salute his family for doing those jobs. He is from Lucknow, which is a place, a city of diversity where Muslims, yes, I have right here Dr. Sayyid Nadeem Ahmed. He is from Allahabad, very close to you, Lucknow, and certainly my
Yes.
family hails from also very close to your place. So we understand the diversity there in that part of the region from where you're coming. And as you explained to me last night, that 19 hospitals you are running without any discrimination between Hindus and Muslims. And that is, we should uphold those policies in this country as well. And this is going to dilute the type of hatred that has been created. Mr. Khanna, what he did is he presented a case of 1971 war. And I'm just telling you, the audience here, and that was for genocide by the Pakistan army in that war. Wars are not a good thing. That create hostility, that creates divide. And these wars may have created a lot of collateral damages that may include the collateral damages of the Bengali Hindu population, the Bengali population, and the non-Bengali population in that country. And based on those figures, if we go to the wars and start digging up the graves of the people and talking of those divide, then we are not going to end up anywhere. We have to look forward. Mr. Ritesh Tandon is a man of forward looking. He is not going to dig the graves and talk of hostilities 50 years before what happened in that region. And I expect Mr. Ritesh Tandon that he will do whatever is in the best interest of these communities, best interest of the United States, and best interest in the foreign policy of the US. And I think, Mr. Ritesh Tandon, may I ask you a question? Are you interested to be part of the foreign policy committee of the US Congress, and why?
Yeah, so Dr. Gulam, definitely I will that will be my first choice once I am elected as a US Congressperson, that I will become the part of the foreign policy. The reason why is because today when we see our people, which include Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, everyone right here, we are targeted by everyone. It's a time we should unite together, we should work together, we should worry about our children. Today, what is happening that the people they are sitting outside the ring and they are pulling our string. And I can tell you that all this division, what is happening today is not good for anyone. Dr. Gulam, let me tell you about Prop 16 bill, which is during the last election endorsed by my opponent, Mr. Khanna. And what this Prop 16 bill does, that Asians, when they go to college, and Asian include Pakistani, Indians, Chinese, Vietnamese, everyone, when they go to UC and state colleges, we are 38% because all of us work very hard. Our parents have worked very hard. But what Mr. Khanna is saying, since the Asians are only 14% in California, so approximately 14% should go to UC and state colleges. If you look into the Prop 16, it add the race factor in college admission and public sector job. Think of it, adding the race factor, that means again he's dividing our community based on the color of the skin, and the maximum people who will be impacted will be Pakistani, Indians, Vietnamese, Chinese, and all the Asian community. Now, most worry part of that bill was that Netflix like company was giving millions of dollars to get those things passed. Now think of it. If that is thing is passed and millions of dollars why Netflix is putting in, that will directly impact our Asian people right here in the Bay Area, because in the Bay Area we work only in technology job. So Netflix will also apply 14% category in their job sector. Basically, a lot of people will move out from the Silicon Valley. So, Hamza, I can tell you the overall things what is happening against the Asian community. It is very important. Everyone should come together. People from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, everyone should come together and become the one voice, because it is a time that if we don't stand together, then these politicians they will use us. Now, you will ask us, Dr. Gulam, that why my opponent endorsed the Prop 16 and went after our children and our people who are working in the jobs. Today in California, more than 45% people are Latinos. When the Prop 16 is endorsed, maximum benefit goes to Latino people because they are 45%, but their admission in UC and state colleges are only 22%. Because Latinos are in the construction business and other businesses where we are not. Now, just to give the benefit to Latino, because last year our Khanna Saab, he was contesting for the California US Senator position from the California, which no doubt Alex Padilla was elected. But just to give the benefit of Latino, he was putting and throwing us on the in the front so that he can grow further and he can give the benefit to Latinos. So one thing I can tell you, Dr. Ghulam Saab, that today we are used as a product and these politicians are using us, and that's the reason why very important for us that we should all understand, we should all come together, we should become one voice, and we should keep the humanity and the human first, and our hardworking children first, and the secondary thing is the politics.
Exactly. Let me
Mr.
ask you this
Chairman,
question.
uh,
Let me ask this
Mr.
question that most of us, I think, Mr. Matlub Khan would like to know on the Silicon Valley importance and significance in the region. You can take over, Mr. Matlub Khan, and you can ask the question.
Uh,
Mr. Yes, Mr. Matlub, yes, go ahead.
so first of all, I want to thank you, Farooq Mirza, for having me on your show. And assalamu alaikum and good evening to everyone who's watching it. Um, you know, uh, I would say we have two choices here. The choices is Rao Khanna or we have a Ritesh. I would like to ask the Rao Khanna what he has done while being in the Congress for the last 2 years. I mean, does he has done anything for the South Asian community? Does he has work in his constituency? Does he work in a grassroots area like you working it? The other thing is this: does he has done anything to stop the inflation, to stop the property tax, or the main the concern taxes that the your constituency is facing? The other thing is this: most of the South Asian community is depending on the Silicon Valley IT projects. I mean, does he has done anything to improve the visas for the Indian and Pakistani and Bangladeshi community? Does he has done any work at all to improve the quality of work and quality to improve the safety of the people living up there? So let me ask you that if you've been selected, if you people think that you are their candidate, what do you think what you can do to help the South Asian community in your constituency? And also the second question I have is I think the Rao Khanna is putting more attention into the international deals than he is putting more times in his constituency. So I think in my opinion, the choice is very clear for the people of your district. Are they are more worried about what's happening in international community, or what happened into the in next door in front of in your constituency?
I think you got the question. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. So, Matlab Saab, first of all, आपका first question, कि what he has done for the community. To be frank, he is in Congress for 6 years. He was 6 years in the Congress, and in the 6 year period, I can tell you, he has done nothing for the Asian community. Still, 1 million Indian people I know, they are waiting for the green card for last 16 years. Their family and the parents, they suffer. I know that many Pakistani people, those who are good friend of mine, they also suffer because of the discrimination happen just because of the name. That nobody has done anything and passed any regulations which can help them. Third thing, in the Silicon Valley, for the general Americans also, he has not done anything. Security and safety of every American is compromised. When we look into our school district in California, we are in the Silicon Valley and we are not even in top 10. When we look into the industries and companies, the companies and people, they are moving out of California because today we South Asians, we pay the maximum taxes. Anyone who is making 400K, husband and wife, both of them are working, we are paying more than 50% of taxes, and that tax benefit goes mostly to the other community, not to the South Asian community. So many things have gone far, far left. The only thing what Mr. Khanna has done well is raising the $6 million for his war chest and working for himself that how he can grow to the next level or become the president of the United States or go to the next level and whatever it takes, even whatever it takes, he wants to move forward. Now, coming back to the question, what I will do in the for the Silicon Valley if I'm elected. First thing is, I will stop the racism in education, what is happening today. Today, our South Asian children, when they apply for admission in Harvard or UC Berkeley or other places, we are not getting the same level of admission what others are getting. I can just give you one example. In Harvard, if we apply from children from Pakistan or India or Bangladesh, if everything is same, then black people get 80% of chance that they can be successful. Latinos are 65, white Americans 45, Asians are only 21%. Look at it, how much discrimination is there. Second thing is, in UC Berkeley, when the Prop 16 was not even passed, the UC Berkeley and other places, they have already started doing the discrimination. And the children, those who are smart, working hard, they are not getting an opportunity. Third,
The same thing is happening with the medical schools also in the United States.
exactly.
The percentage is almost the same what you referred to Harvard and UCLA.
Yes, so true, Dr. Gulam Saab. And this is the
Uh,
reason
uh,
why. Uh,
Mr. Tandon, I will ask you one question. Your opponent, he don't believe on diversity and togetherness. His focus is more like on international getting involved in controversies rather paying attention on a local issues like you are talking about like education, health, and as you said, he is in the Congress for pretty 6 years, and due to his mindset, we observed a lot of damage that happened to our community. So, what kind of program you have to reach out all these folks to refresh their mind to bring back to diversity and harmony? What you
so,
gonna
for
do there?
So, Farooq Saab, first of all, the stop the racism in the education. Second thing is stop the crime here in the Bay Area, where especially the hate crime which is happening against our community, where our people are suffering. I will stop the hate crimes. I'll make the severe punishment. Today, my opponent, what he did just to win the Latinos' heart, the bills like AB 47 and the other bills which can deport the uh, illegal people as well as anyone who's stealing $950 and more. In fact, he has not done anything to stop those part. Today, 21% of people are illegal right here in the San Jose. Third thing is inflation. Today, all of us are heavily impacted by inflation. What I will do is increase the fracking as well as the oil production right here in the America. We definitely want to move towards the green energy. I support that part, but at the same time, not at the cost where the gas price becomes $7 and the families will start is impacting. Today, my opponent he is bashing the oil companies guys by telling that you have to produce less fossil fuels, and when the prices went to $7, then he started saying, oh, you guys are not producing enough. Fourth thing, what I will do, Mirza Saab, is I want to retain our Silicon Valley American dream right here. Today, exodus of companies are happening because of high regulations, high cost, high taxes, high cost of living, and everything. We want the companies to stay here so that we from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, we are on the technology field, so we can continue to earn our livelihood as well as continue to enjoy and live the American dream. Fourth thing is the quality of life. Today, my opponents say defund the police and all those things. No one shows up, the no police officer shows up. If anyone attack our Asian community today, I can tell you, we have seen the experience. If the police officers they are afraid to arrest the black guy or other guys, they know that they are going to be they, nobody will do anything against them. Farooq Sahab, I will make sure that all these things which are happening against the Asian community in terms of attacks, the special privilege they consider as special privilege and all those things, I will stop everything.
Uh,
Also, last thing I want to say regarding the climate change is real, and we should continue to focus on that direction, but not at the cost of inflation, not at the cost of high prices which are going up and up. And one last thing is, I will make sure the education of our children is the best in the world right here in the California. Today, that is not happening because these people, as you said correctly, he's focusing more outside because he wants to grow his career. He is not from the Bay Area. He's coming from the Ohio and Philadelphia area where he was born, and Ohio where his father-in-law lives. He is moving the job to those districts versus anything doing here right here in the California. Farooq Saab, this is the time we should all unite together and become one voice and work towards our survival.
Dr. Nadeem Ahmed is a
Uh,
nephrologist in Texas and also a vice president of the Pakistan Policy Institute. I would like him to put a question as you were on and off.
Oh, okay. I thank you very much for inviting me. I will not ask any question. What I want to draw your attention, just listen to. I was listening to the candidate. Look at the Spanish votes. There are El Salvadorian, Venezuela, Mexico, different countries, Central America, North America, South America, but they in America they are known as Mexican or Spanish, all in one. Nobody call them El Salvadorian or Venezuelan or Mexican or Colombia. They are all known as Spanish or Mexican. Am I right or wrong? I'm just asking question myself. Can we
You're
do
right,
the
Steve.
same thing in America? We should stand up as a subcontinent, not as a Pakistani, not as an Indian, not as a Bangladeshi, not as a Sri Lankan. We belong to subcontinent. Let's go back to pre-partition, 19 pre-partition. What I mean, before 1947, we were all subcontinent people. Am I right? If we stand up as a subcontinent, we'll become a big minority, very significant and very effective minority. What do you think about this? Uh, I want to ask the candidate this question.
So,
Instead of India and Pakistan.
CSR, you have touched my heart, I can tell you. My vision is India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, everyone and their people should live peacefully, should get united. Let's let's keep aside everything. I can tell you today people are using us for their benefit. This is the time, like how what you have described the Latinos and the Mexican as one. We need to be one, and we were one earlier. Why we need to fight for what? There is nothing better than enjoying the life with our children, our families. We need to ensure that everyone is protected. Everyone should continue to enjoy and the faith what they want to do, and everyone should live the life. So, Sayyid Saab, I am 100% with you on this, and this is where I like to have some conversation while going forward with Ghulam Saab and the people on India side.
Let me add one more thing. I want to start from America, USA. Forget about India, Pakistan, back home. I want to start in America. We should stand together. We should be called like subcontinent, whatever you want to call it, Indo-Pak or subcontinent, Southeast Asia, whatever you want to. We should be known as one, not
Yes.
Pakistani, Indian like divide and rule. We
Yeah.
should do that. At least in America, stand up at one community. We all should known as. I don't want to say some word which Muslim may not accept and Hindus not accept. Let's call it subcontinent. We all belong to one part of land, subcontinent, or anybody has any other good word. If we do that, we'll become a big, very effective minority. I think so.
Say, sir, you are right. Look at it. When the Prop 16 bill was proposed and endorsed by my opponent, earlier it was ACFI. It targets directly the Asian community, Asian children, Asian people who are working in the technology, even the Asian people working in the public sector job. So think of it. They are targeting us, and why I am taking a stand. I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician. I was working for community. But if we don't take a stand, our children, and this includes from people from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, everyone will exit from America.
Farooq Mirza Saab, I have a good news for your audience. Mr. Ritesh Tandon, to my understanding, the projections, setting aside the projections in the elections, the projections may show him slight chances of winning the elections, but my projections and analysis, what I have received today, his chances of winning the elections are 70%. Aside from the point, whether he wins or loses the election, we are moving forward to build a cohesion between civilizations, unanimity between people of the subcontinent, what Dr. Nadeem Ahmed has just said, and we will build a future for our future generations, not only in this country. We'll help technology, Silicon Valley, to help people back home in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. And we stand by these things, by these values. We do not want to dig the graves that what Khanna is trying to dig the graves of 1971. We reject those opinions. We are the people of forward looking. We are not people who look back and create hostilities. And we again like to give this opinion to those people in the Congress who are doing so are not serving America's interest. American forefathers, those who founded America, are not based on divisions, are not based on ethnicity, are not based on color or faith. America stands united on all those things, and we believe in equality and justice. And anything else you want to say, please go ahead, because I think Mr.
Let,
Khanna is very busy with his election
let me
campaign.
add let me add one more thing, Dr. Ghulam and other people. Let's present Mr. Ritesh as a candidate of Southeast Asia, not as a candidate from Indian origin. Southeast Asia combined. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? At least in United States, we should not be a victim of divide and rule like British did in pre-partition in 1947, and then what happened,
We want him to set an example as
For
a
South,
subcontinent candidate in America for the
South.
progress and prosperity of this country and
Dr.
its
Saab,
influence in the region.
Let's
Dr. Saab,
start like that.
Dr. Saab, before we let him go, the fourth pillar, vigilant media watchdog, we were observing and we were going all his what he did in his
May I
life
just
and what
interrupt
he,
you for 1 minute and then
yeah,
you go ahead? Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, this program is a document for a new approach forward for America, for the subcontinent. And I believe
Absolutely.
this is the beginning
Absolutely.
point of a future where we will stand united across the world.
Absolutely. I second it. Regardless of
doesn't
the
doesn't ma-
religion,
doesn't matter what is
he's a
your background, what is your country. Being a American, we found you community friendly, and I promise you that with that healthy state of mind and the way you are talking and what you are promoting diversity and what you are promoting a friendship in the community, and especially for the youth and children and school going boys. So our network will endorse you, and
Yes, the
and
Pakistan
I
Policy
believe,
Institute, the Global Washington Forum, the fourth pillar, we all endorse your candidature and we fully
I will,
support
and I
from the
believe,
entire, on behalf
and I
of the
believe,
Pakistani
and
Americans, on behalf of the Middle Eastern Americans, Indian, Bangladeshi Americans, we endorse you as the right choice of the people to come to the Congress.
for the from Southeast Asia, you are a right candidate for Southeast Asia or subcontinent. We all support you, regardless
Matlub
of
Sahab,
our religion. Yes, go ahead.
Matlub Sahab, you have to say anything?
Yeah, Mr. Rasesh, the Constitution of the United States would say this country is made by the immigrant for the immigrant. And we should stick with that and we should work for the immigrants. We should unite those communities, not divide the community. And
Excellent.
together we can prosper.
Exactly.
And I would say, I wish you good luck, and I wish that you have a very good plan to improve the Asian community, especially in your constituency.
Thank
Absolutely. I
you.
will work
Excellent.
very hard.
This discussion will go in the Wall Street and all newspapers of the United States very in a couple of days. Thank you.
Mr. Ratish, you have a busy schedule and you are campaigning right now. We will let you go.
Thank
Thank you very much for your time, and we will sit with you in different forum. So thank you very much for your good work for the community, and I believe you will carry on, and you will set the same standard and you present it uh, to us and to the community. Thank you very much, sir.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much,
thank
Farooq Sahab, Dr. Gulam Sahab,
thank
Sayed Ji, and Matlub Sahab. Namaskar.
thank
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 Dr. Saab, thank you very much, folks. Our next segment is in Pakistan, growing controversy between politicians, silly politicians, and the establishment. And right now, uh, the uh, Pakistani military is engaged on a borders, engaged on Afghanistan border and on with the Indian borders. But now different kind of growing controversy we observe is very dangerous uh, for the future, for our community and for our people. Two high-powered journals, they came up uh, and they uh, held a press conference yesterday, and they unearthed many conspiracy theories, and they also explained their neutrality, what is the meaning of neutrality, and why they are not uh, they they are away from for the politics. So in response to that, one of the PTI chairman, a political party he's on the road, and he is threatening these generals and army officials, including General Bajwa. So, Dr. Saab, that kind of controversy on that level, a political party and the army, they are now face to face. So, what's going on? how you will respond uh, to that situation while you are sitting in United States of America?
Before going into that with all of you, my friends, I let you listen to one of the clips that has been published by someone, Imran Munawwar, in the tweet. This news has not come in the national media. It has not been reflected in any of the newspapers of Pakistan. It has not been published, and these things are not being portrayed. What is said here, I want the audience to listen. DG ISI.
Yeah.
What he is saying is, DG ISI,
Yeah.
listen to me carefully. What I know about you, people don't know. These are his words. I repeat that again. And that is a threat to the DGISI in the public at Long March. Listen to this again.
Yeah, we heard that. We heard that. Dr. Saab, do you think
Now,
he crossed the line?
this is after losing power. I want your audience to listen to his opinion before coming to power.
And fully licensed are vital next steps if you want to protect and secure.
With so many patterns, colors, and sizes,
Just 1 second.
You'll want a shag rug in every room. Pile height measures thickness and comfort. Higher pile.
In 1971, when Pakistan Army took action in East Pakistan, I was the one who was standing with the Pakistan Army, our brave soldiers, they're doing this and great job. And it's only foreigners and terrorists and militants. It was 3 years later we realized that the army butchered civilians, women, children.
Army butchered civilians, men and women. This is his statement before coming to power. And that is his statement after losing power, that he's challenging the institutions of Pakistan, the DGISI targeting him with his fingers. Now,
Dr. Saab,
now-
I will ask you, after this recording, I will ask you very straight question. Please answer that. Do you think what happened in US Congress, Rao Khanna and the Sheila Jackson?
yes,
And,
I'm coming to that. This is exactly what I was going to say.
Another, his close friend, Tahir Javed,
Yes.
from Texas.
If you
So,
look, if you look to his prime ministership when he came to power, he went to Rayburn Building. Rayburn Building is a building in the Capitol Hill. You have the pictures in the Google. You can go Google search
yeah,
Imran Khan at Rayburn Building. Your audience will find that. Rayburn Building, where the congressmen and senators have their offices in the Capitol Hill. And at that place, he went there and he held a press briefing at Rayburn Building. To his left, the very first man are the Pakistan ambassador Asad Khan and Tahir Javed. And to his right, the very first lady is Sheila Jackson Lee. Now, this is the congresswomen who put forward a draft before the US Congress on March 21st, 2021, March 23rd. And she said that Pakistan Army is responsible for the genocide of 2 million Bengali Hindus, not Bengalis. Bengali Hindus means a specific segment of a society based on faith. Did Pakistan Army butcher those many people? State Department says that the figures are 200,000 death casualties in total. And what total means? This is the CIA report also, and I'm giving you the CIA report and the State Department report with full responsibility to this forum. Go to the Google search, you'll find it in the State Department record. 200,000 people were killed. Now, these 200,000 people, who were they? They were the collateral damages in the war zone, one. They were the non-Bengalis who were killed by Mukti Bahinis, the terrorist organization. And they were
Absolutely.
the Bengalis also. And then there were other people also. It's not Bengali Hindus, 200,000. Hindu population of East Pakistan was no more than 400,000 at the time of 1971 war. The entire population of East Pakistan was 7.5 crore. And she said on the floor of the United States Congress, she misrepresented facts, and no one from the Pakistan caucus approached her and challenged her views.
Even
What
they
was
did
the
not.
Pakistan caucus? No, what was the Pakistan
Even
caucus doing? And what was the Pakistan ambassador doing? And what were the Pakistani officials doing? And what was the Pakistani prime minister doing when he's talking so much?
Dr.
This
Saab, I
is
will.
the very Sheila Jackson who was standing with Imran Khan at the time when he came here to Raven Building. And these were her views. These
Dr.
views
Saab, I will tell you.
are poisonous to the cause of Pakistan, to the armed forces of Pakistan. Pakistan armed forces did not kill innocent people. And let me add one more thing here. Listen to this. This is dated 6th October 1972. Retired Major General गुलाम उमर की मियाद नजरबंदी में तौसी कर दी गई। याया खान के साथ मिलकर पाकिस्तान के टुकड़े टुकड़े करने का इल्जाम। Asad Umar's father, the Secretary General of the PTI, was given the Hamoud Rahman Commission charged him for committing crimes in East Pakistan. This is the man who is with Imran Khan. And this is the statement of Imran Khan against Pakistan institutions. What does that reflect?
Dr. Saab, this is the history. Dr. Saab, this is the history we know already. You mentioned earlier.
No, I want the people to remember that all these stories. What has happened? We know that International Committee of Red Cross Society, ICRC, has put the figures of Bihari murders over 650,000. Why are you talking about Hindu Bengalis only? Why are you not talking about a balanced statement in the US Congress about all the casualties that took place? And this is going to create divide in this country. This is going to create hate in this country. This is not serving America's interest. America's interest, this is what we were talking with Mr. Ritesh Tendon, that we have to diffuse these things. Don't have to dig the graves. And people surrounding Imran Khan are trying to dig the graves, like Khanna, like Tahir Javed. If he is very close to him, why didn't he stop these things to come to the US Congress? Why made Pakistan's ambassador to make a recommendation for Tahir Javed to be given Tamgha Imtiaz? Why was he given Tamgha Imtiaz? What services he has done for Pakistan? We want to know his services.
These silly diplomats and the foreign diplomats in the United States of America and the Foreign Office entirely, they made a mockery and they sanctioned Pakistan's highest national award to Tahir Javed and Sheila Jackson for making conspiracy against Pakistan Army and Pakistan.
Why not Asad Khan wrote for Dr. Nabi Muhammad? He's an astrologist.
I will come back.
He has been working with the Muslim caucus in Texas. Why Tahir Javed? What contribution he has done?
Dr. Saab, I will come back to Matloob Khan Saab. Matloob Khan Saab, we are talking about this particular conspiracy theory. You are, I believe, you know these folks in Texas, Houston. So how you respond to this question, sir?
Well, I think what the Dr. Mujtaba is talking about is everything is available on the Google and also available on the record of www.thegovernor.gov. This was the record of volume 167 and the number is 54. It is a record of congressional record. That's what he's talking about, the genocide of 2 million people. But the most important part in this is in the same note that I can copy it, I can read that note. It says, on March 28, 1971, Archer Blood, the U.S. Consul General stationed in East Pakistan, present day of Bangladesh, during that genocide, sent a cable back to Foggy with the subject reading a selective genocide. In this cable, the Consul General informed the superior, the State Department here in Dhaka, we are mute and horrified witness is a terror by the Pakistan military. I think it is a very serious issue, and it should be inquiry by the State Department and see what actually is happening
No, there
on
is
that
there is
day.
more thing to that. If you are digging that, then let me add something here, which you don't read it over there. Nixon's Henry Kissinger's message to Dhaka, and that is also available. Those are the documents that has been declassified after 35 years, and those documents are not linked to that website. This is just one part of the story. The other part of the story is that in order to save those lives, Henry Kissinger asked for 7th Fleet to move forward. 7th Fleet moved to the Bay of Bengal, and it was challenged by the Soviet Union ships loaded with nuclear weapons, and they were challenged. And then the US 7th Fleet stopped right there. They did not go further in order to avoid a nuclear clash in the Bay of Bengal. US wanted to save that, including the collateral damages. This is not the complete part of the story that you read. It is half part of the story. The complete part of the story is there in Henry Kissinger's note, which has been declassified.
Dr. Saab, I will come back to Syed Ahmed. We gave him a less time due to the miscommunication or internet issues. Syed, Dr. Saab, please tell me how dangerous is that if one of the political party leader he challenge Pakistan Army leadership from the crowd and from the gathering? How dangerous is that mindset?
Before I answer your question, let me ask you, who is our audience for this segment? Who is the audience? Who we are addressing?
Anyone, it's open. It's globally open discussion.
It is for
open for the
Pakistani.
public.
No, let me just finish my question. Is it for Pakistani audience or is for American audience? Or
It's for everyone.
It's both. Yeah,
It's
it's both.
The reason I
You know, one thing I would like to add in my comments is also that I forgot to add is that the Pakistan Army, I think they save millions of lives, you know, for East Pakistani people, even as Bengalis or other people from the terror of Muktibani. So they are
very
the ones.
exactly, Matlub Sahib. Exactly. That's why I read the statement of retired Major General Ghulam Umar.
Yeah.
Army did not let anyone who was involved in crimes go free. He was house arrested. Army did not object to that. Ghulam Umar, the father of Asad Umar, was prosecuted because of his crime.
Dr. we have a limited time. Let me ask Mr. Syed. Dr. Syed, please go ahead. Respond to my question.
In maybe my perception is that we are talking to the Pakistani people. We want to convey the message. If you allow me, I will talk in Urdu because
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No, I want Pakistanis to understand what Dr. Ghulam Mujtaba and Mr. Matloob was saying is 100% true. Because I will come to the Urdu for Pakistanis, those who, this is for them. मैं मशी पाकिस्तान की जो स्टोरी डॉक्टर साहब ने सुनाई है बिल्कुल करेक्ट है. हर आदमी कहता है कि बंगाली को मारा गया. ही वाज 100% राइट. वहाँ पे हिंदूज मेरा ख्याल कुछ परसेंटेज थे, 5% या 10% थे. और वहाँ पे जो नॉन बंगाली जो जिनको बिहारी हम कहते हैं, पंजाबी को भी बिहारी कहते थे, हर आदमी को बिहारी कहते, मेजॉरिटी बिहारी थी. जो ان کو مارا گیا, ان کے ساتھ ظلم و ستم کیا گیا ہے, ان کو قتل کیا گیا, ذبح کیا گیا, ان کا بلڈ نکال کے ڈرموں میں بھرا گیا, لیکن آج تک کسی کی ہمت نہیں کہ حسینہ واجد سے یہ مطالبہ کر سکے کہ تم معافی مانگو. تم نے ان بہاریوں کے ساتھ جو سلوک کیا, یہ بہاری ایک دفعہ نہیں لوٹے, 2 دفعہ لوٹے ہیں. ایک دفعہ جب پاکستان بنا تھا اور دوسری دفعہ جب بنگلہ دیش بنا تھا, اور دونوں دفعہ ان کو مارا گیا ہے. بنگلہ دیش جب بنا ہے تو ان کو اتنا زبردست ظلم ہے. میرے کافی دوست جنہوں نے اپنی آنکھوں سے دیکھا حال بتایا, ان کے والدین کو ان کے سامنے گولی مار کے مار دیا گیا فیملی کے اندر. آج تک پاکستان میں کسی نے یہ آواز نہیں اٹھائی ہے. اور ڈاکٹر صاحب نے بڑا اچھا پوائنٹ ریز کیا, اور میں اس پوائنٹ کو آگے بڑھاؤں گا انشاءاللہ تعالی کمیونٹی میں. طاہر جاوید کو شرم آنی چاہیے کہ وہ شیلا جیکسن کے برابر کھڑا ہوا, غلط قسم کے نمبرز کو سپورٹ کر رہا تھا. 2 ملین تو ہندو وہاں تھے ہی نہیں. تو 100% میں آپ کو بتلا سکتا ہوں, کیونکہ مجھے ایگزیکٹ پرسنٹیج یاد نہیں آ رہی, 4 یا 5% ہندو, اس سے بھی کم تھے بلکہ مشرقی پاکستان میں. تو اس غلط نمبر کو, اور جو مس لیڈ کر رہی تھی شیلا جیکسن, فوج کے خلاف نفرت بڑھا رہی تھی, بلکہ پاکستان کے خلاف نفرت بڑھا رہی تھی, اور طاہر جاوید اس کو انڈورس کر رہا تھا. That was totally wrong. Dr. Golom Mujtaba Matloob was 100% right. Number one. Let me come back to that. That's a very long topic, very a big discussion. One day you have a time, then we can talk. ہم کو سب کو مل کر حسینہ واجد سے اور مشرقی پاکستان کے مسلمانوں سے اور یا مشرقی پاکستان کے لوگوں سے مطالبہ کرنا چاہیے کہ ان تمام بہاریوں سے وہ معافی مانگے جن کو انہوں نے بے گھر کیا, جن کو انہوں نے مارا, جن کو ذبح کیا, جن کے خون انہوں نے نکال کے ڈرموں میں جمع کیے ہیں. ویڈیوز موجود ہیں لوگوں کے پاس, لیکن کسی نے آج تک اس کے اوپر بات نہیں اٹھائی. الگ ڈسکشن ہے. میں آ رہا ہوں عمران خان کی طرف آ رہا ہوں. دیکھیے, عمران خان پہ تبصرہ کرنا بیکار ہے. عمران خان 2014 سے اور لے کر 2014 سے لے کر 2018 تک اس نے ملک میں انتشار پھیلا کے رکھا, کوئی چیز چلنے نہیں دی, پورا اسلام آباد بند کر دیا. پھر اس کے بعد حکومت میں آیا تو حکومت کا کباڑہ کر دیا, حکومت سے نکلا تو پھر اس نے انتشار پھیلانا شروع کر دیا, لیکن کوئی اس کی طرف توجہ نہیں دے رہا. مجھے حیرانی اس بات کی طرح ہے کہ پاکستانی, میں جو سوال آپ سب سے کر رہا ہوں اور تمام پاکستانی سے کر رہا ہوں, کہ ہم یہ کہتے ہیں ISI سیاست میں انوالو ہے. 1 منٹ کے لیے ہم یہ مفروضہ مان لیتے ہیں جو آج یہ بات کریں وہ غلط ہے, بالکل ہے سیاست میں انوالو. تو اتنی کمزور ہو چکی ہے پاکستان کی فوج, ایک عمران خان کے اتنے گندے بیانات اور اتنے غلیظ الزامات کے باوجود یہ لوگ خاموش بیٹھے. میں پاکستان کی دنیا کی تاریخ میں بتلا رہا ہوں, جہاں تک مجھے یاد ہے, امریکہ, انگلینڈ, جرمنی, فرانس, جو میں نے دیکھا ہے, پاکستان کبھی بھی انٹیلیجنس سروسز کا آدمی پبلک ہیئرنگ میں ہیئرنگ نہیں کرنے والی, کبھی بھی پریس کانفرنس نہیں کرتا ان سوشل میڈیا والوں کے خلاف یا سیاسی نعروں کے خلاف. یہ دنیا کی تاریخ میں پہلی دفعہ ہوا ہے کہ DG ISI آج نے آ کر پریس کانفرنس میں ان نعروں کی, ان جھوٹے الزامات کی, اور یہ ٹرولرز جو کہلاتے ہیں, کیا ہیں ٹرولرز ہیں, کیا سوشل میڈیا, ان کا جواب دیا ہے. میرا سر شرم سے جھک گیا تھا.
ڈاکٹر صاحب یہ آپ کا
میں آخری سوال کر کے ڈاکٹر صاحب بند کر رہا ہوں, میں خاموش ہو رہا ہوں. مجھے یہ سوال ہے کہ آرمی کی کیا مجبوری ہے, آرمی کی کیا مجبوری ہے کہ وہ عمران خان پہ ہاتھ نہیں ڈال رہی ہے.
میں آپ کو جواب
میں ختم یاد اس کے چلے آپ دے لیں جواب, کیا مجبوری ہے.
میں آپ کو بتاتا ہوں.
میں ایک آخری سوال کروں, ایک اور آپ کو بتلا دوں کہ سپریم کورٹ آف پاکستان نے یہ فیصلہ دیا تھا کہ عمران خان, عارف علوی, قاسم سوری نے آئین پاکستان کو توڑا ہے اور اس کے خلاف, جس کو سمپل لینگویج میں پاکستانی کے لیے بتلانا چاہتا ہوں, آرٹیکل 6 کہتے ہیں. سپریم کورٹ نے فیصلہ دیا لیکن اس کے اوپر کوئی سزا نہیں سنائی, نہ حکومت پاکستان نے, نہ افواج پاکستان نے, نہ انٹیلیجنس اداروں نے, کسی نے بھی اس آئین توڑنے کے اوپر عمران خان, عارف علوی اور قاسم سوری کے اوپر آرٹیکل 6 کا مقدمہ نہیں چلایا. یہ میرا سوال ہے.
ڈاکٹر صاحب, آپ نے اپنا پوائنٹ آف ویو نہیں پیش کیا, بلکہ آپ نے وہ پوائنٹ آف ویو پیش کیا جو پاکستان کے اندر اس وقت پاپولر پوائنٹ آف ویو ہے, جس پہ لوگ پریشان ہیں کہ ان چیزوں کا جواب ان کو چاہیے. پاکستان کی فوج جب زلزلہ آتا ہے تو کھڑی ہوتی ہے, جب سیلاب آتا ہے تو کھڑی ہوتی ہے، جب بارڈر پہ اسکرمشز آتی ہیں تو کھڑی ہوتی ہے، اور جب پاکستان کے پاس پیسہ نہیں ہوتا ہے تو پاکستان کی فوج جا کر سپہ سالار جا کر انگلی پکڑ کر پہنچاتا ہے. یہ سب چیزیں ہم نے دیکھی ہیں. یہ وہ باتیں نہیں ہیں جو راکٹ سائنس ہے جس کو ہم چھپائیں یا جس کو ہم دبائیں. پاکستان کی فوج ہر مشکل وقت میں پاکستان کے ساتھ کھڑی ہے. اب رہا یہ سوال کہ ڈی جی ISI پبلک کے اندر کیوں آ کر انہوں نے جواب دیا. پبلک کے اندر آنے کا مطلب یہ ہے کہ بہت سی باتیں ہم شاید اس فورم پہ نہیں کرنا چاہیں گے اور نہیں کر سکیں. نہیں کر سکیں گے، اور نہ کرنا پاکستان کی نیشنل سیکورٹی انٹرسٹ میں ہے، اس لیے ہم نہیں کریں گے. اس لیے نہیں کہ ہم ڈرتے نہیں ہیں، یہ پروگرام ڈرتے ہیں اس لیے کہ یہ پروگرام واشنگٹن DC ڈیڈ لائن پر ہے. کوئی ڈرنے کی بات نہیں ہے، اس میں کوئی سینسرشپ نہیں ہے. لیکن اور آپ ایز این امریکن پاکستانی بات کر رہے ہیں، یہ کوشچن نہیں ہے کہ ہم میں سے کوئی ڈرتا ہے اس بات کو بولنے سے. لیکن پاکستان کے نیشنل سیکورٹی انٹرسٹ میں اب آپ میری بات سن لیجیے، اب مجھے بھی کہنے دیجیے. پاکستان کی نیشنل سیکورٹی انٹرسٹ میں بہت سی باتیں کہنی مناسب نہیں ہے. کیا پاکستان کی سوسائٹی عالمی بنیادوں پر تقسیم ہو چکی ہے؟ کیا پاکستان کی سوسائٹی کے اندر 2 کیمپس مڈل ایسٹ کے کھڑے ہو گئے؟ کیا مڈل ایسٹرن کیمپس کی ریفلیکشن پاکستان کی آبادی پر ہو رہی ہے؟ کیا پاکستان کی آبادی پاکستان کی انسٹیٹیوشنز پہ ایکولی افیکٹ نہیں کر رہی ہے؟ اور اگر پاکستان کی آبادی میں سیویلینز اور فوجی ایکولی افیکٹ کر رہے ہیں تو اس میں فوجی اور سیویلینز کی کوئی تقسیم نہیں ہے. یہ ریفلیکشن سوسائٹی کی اپنی اندر کی بات یہ ہے کہ پاکستان نہیں کرنے دیجیے، مکمل مجھے کمپوز کر لینے دیجیے. بات یہ ہے کہ پاکستان کی سوسائٹی کے اندر بہت ڈیلیکیٹ اور ڈیفائننگ مومنٹ آ چکا ہے. فوج کے خلاف جو حرکتیں کی گئی ہیں، جس طرح نعرے لگائے گئے ہیں اور جس طرح فوج کو ٹارگٹ کیا گیا، فوج اگر بری بھی ہو تو بھی اٹ از ناٹ ان دی نیشنل سیکورٹی انٹرسٹ آف اے کنٹری کہ ایک فارمر پرائم منسٹر فوج کو گندا کرے اور کہے کہ میرے پاس راز ہیں، میرے پاس فیکٹس ہیں. کس کے پاس راز نہیں ہوتے جو حکومت سے جاتا ہے؟ اس کو کس نے حق دیا کہ ان راز کو پبلک میں آ کر کہے؟ کتنے سال کی مدت ہوتی ہے راز کو ڈسکلوز نہ کرنے؟
Dr. Saab, time up. Time up, Dr. Saab. Thank you very much, folks. We had a very great discussion with a great panel. Dr. Golom Mujtaba Saab, thank you very much for inviting Ritesh Tandon, Matloob Saab, Irfan Saab, and Dr. Sayyid Ahmed Saab. We discussed first time in our forum American politics, and one of the candidates, he definitely believed on diversity and togetherness, and we endorsed him from this forum. So we need a healthy mind.
Absolutely, 100%.
The politicians, they think about community and think about our youth. Usually, the Pakistani, Indian, and Bengali origin, these politicians, when they come to the highest forum, they became a victim of their own governments, and they become part of controversies. So I think they should focus on local issue as American rather on international, and being involved in controversies, conflict. We also talk on what happening in Pakistan, a growing controversy between political parties and the establishment, which is very dangerous. The time when still flood victims, they are on the roads, they don't have shelter, they don't have food, and they don't have health facilities. And these silly politicians, they did not stop even in the worst crisis when the world is, even the United Nations involved, and they were trying to settle Pakistan's liabilities and Pakistan's debts. But these silly politicians, they were on the roads and fooling around with our youth and giving wrong messages. So, folks, thank you very much again. One more thing that I wanted to discuss, that was a high-powered, very valuable investigative journalist he killed in Kenya, and unfortunately, his death is politicized, and one of the political party is making a new verdict, taking his this is his funeral and to his long march. One of the subject to market their vicious stance. So unfortunately, journalists really they are threatened, their life threatened in Pakistan. We will discuss uh, on this very subject in our next forum. So thank you very much, folks. Again, Dr. Matloob Khan Saab,
میں
Dr.
ایک چیز
Syed.
ایڈ کرنا چاہتا ہوں اس کے اندر لاسٹ منٹ کے اوپر
Yes, please.
کہ پاکستان کی سلامتی کے لیے آئی تھنک ہمارے انسٹیٹیوشن بہت امپورٹنٹ ہے. اس میں اسٹیبلشمنٹ ہو، پاکستان آرمی ہو، جوڈیشری ہو یا نیشنل اکاؤنٹیبلٹی بیورو ہو، ان کو اسٹرانگ ہونا بہت ضروری ہے. اور دوسری بات ہماری جو بات کرنی چاہیے، ہمیں بات کرنی چاہیے کہ اس وقت پاکستان کے اندر جو ہے جو ایک رائزنگ پرائس ہو رہی ہے انرجی کی پرائس، جس کے اندر پیٹرول ہے، جس کے اندر گیس ہے، الیکٹرسٹی ہے، ان چیزوں پہ ہمیں ڈسکس کرنا چاہیے کہ ہاؤ وی کین کنٹرول دا انفلیشن ان پاکستان. آئی مین وی آر ٹاکنگ آؤٹ آف دا باکس کہ ہمارے پاس جو پولیٹیکل سچویشن ہے اس کو کس طرح کنٹرول کرنا چاہیے. اٹ ڈزنٹ میٹر کہ بھائی کس کی اس وقت جو ہے گورنمنٹ ہے اور کون آنا چاہ رہا ہے.
یہ ڈسکشن بہت لمبی ہو جائے گی.
بہت مہربانی سر، تھینک یو ویری مچ. آپ رہیں، آپ رہیں.
ایک منٹ فاروق صاحب، ایک آخری بات. عمران خان کے لاسٹ دھرنے نے پاکستان کو $14 بلین کا نقصان پہنچایا تھا، اور اس وقت جو دھرنا وہ کرنے جا رہے ہیں یہ اندر $14 بلین کا نقصان کرے گا. $30 بلین کا پاکستان کا نقصان عمران خان پیش کریں گے،
پاکستان کو
جو اس لیے پاکستان کے اندر عمران خان کو ریموو کرنا پاکستان کی نیشنل سیکیورٹی کے لیے وائٹل ہے. اکانومی کنٹرول نہیں ہو سکتی.
تھینک یو ویری مچ سر، تھینک یو.